right, here we go. Another day, another stream. I think today our plan is to just do a micro painting. We might do something else, not the haunted house, but we might do something else. We will see. Quick posting this on Facebook for our friends over there. Then we'll jump in. I hope everybody is having a good day. I'm kind of in a mood today, I'm not gonna lie. Today's stream might be a little bit more quiet, for lack of a better word, than normal. It's just a day. And that's okay. We're allowed to have rough days. But with that in mind, I like to let y'all know, hey, it might be a little bit of a more quiet stream today. Of course, last time I said that, it ended up not being a more quiet stream, like, at all. So, today for our micro painting, we are actually going to do kind of a practice thing for a friend who is potentially going to be doing a commissioned work from me. And so we're actually going to be doing just a flower. That's it. Just a flower. And I'm not going to share her story, but it's important to understand that the reason we're doing this is because this holds a lot of significance for her. And so I am making sure to practice prior to doing the actual thing if we ever get around to that point. We were talking about doing a commission yesterday. But it's important to me personally to do a practice so that I can make sure that if she does decide that she wants a commission from me, I can give her the best product that I can. And so, if you're here, you know who you are. I love you, babe. But we're gonna be painting a violet today. So let's flip around to our little canvas. So we are using the same paint palette as yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of bad yesterday, and I did not take care of my brushes and all that, so they've just been sitting in the same dirty water. But I'm excited to do this painting today because if you're familiar with violets, you know that violets have a lot of purple. And if you have been hanging out with us for a while, you will know that purple is my favorite color. So obviously, I am quite excited to do some violets. And I do have a reference image pulled up for this one today, just because, I want to make sure that I'm doing the best job that I can. So we are going to get some black. This is just our black from Artist's Loft. We're going to end up working with a lot of the same colors we had yesterday. We're going to grab our yellow. This is our Brilliant Yellow from Artist's Loft. We're going to grab some Titanium White from Artist's Loft. We're going to grab some Metallic Purple, which we did not use yesterday, but we are using today. I think I'm going to like what I'm going to do with that metallic color. We're going to grab some Violet. Our violet spurted a little bit. We're going to grab some light violet. All of these are from Artist's Loft. We're going to grab some of our permanent green. And we're going to grab some of our sap green. And that's what we're grabbing today. I am going to use my 1-inch brush from my dirty water. And we're going to paint the whole canvas black. It is still a little bit wet. We're going to do a couple of layers of just making this into black. I just really like the idea of having these really bright purples and greens on the black canvas. So that's why we are doing this. we're going to give that a second to dry now. Unfortunately, painting these violets, or this violet, however many we end up doing, over a wet black canvas would be real tricky. So while we are doing this, I highly encourage you to go and check out my Instagram, which you will see on the lower left-hand corner of your screen. It's, did I say scream? I'm pretty sure I said scream. Love that. It is painting_on_wheels, and my Etsy is painting by Shelby Lynn. There's only about 3 paintings on my Etsy store right now. However, you can look at all of the paintings that we have done on my Instagram, and if you are interested in one, it will list in the caption whether or not it is available. And then if you see something that you like that's not available, you can always reach out to me about doing a commission. The best way to reach out to me is via my Instagram. So if you are interested in getting a painting from me, best place to reach out is Instagram. I keep a pretty close eye on it. Yeah, go there and do that if you are interested in a painting. We're gonna mix up some of our permanent green and some yellow. Wow, my hand is doing a thing today. Cool. We're gonna come in and just establish some stems. Oh, I am not liking this brush right now. Let's grab our smaller tiny brush. Alright, let's try that again. I feel like flower stems are usually wider towards the base, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm accepting limits, 'cause someone says they're so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I'm lost. If that's love, comes at much too high a cost. I've had Defying Gravity stuck in my head for like a while now. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to that song recently. Alright, we're gonna come back in on these stems and add in some greens. This is our sap green color. If you have, if you are sitting in our live stream here and you have heard Defying Gravity, if you haven't, you definitely should go play it. To me, that song is very much so about like living life with a disability. For me as a person with a disability, it's very, very much so a, you know, like almost an anthem, which I love. Alright, those stems have decent coloration to them. We could definitely do more, but let's see. It is really warm in here to me today. What's the weather outside? It's 70 degrees outside, so I'm gonna open this window in here really quick. Maybe. I guess I'm not. I guess we're not opening the window. That's fine. We're gonna make some leaves. And I'm gonna start on these leaves with our darkest color. And then we'll build towards the lighter color. So I'm seeing these leaves as almost like a heart-shaped thing. So I'm just very lightly going in over the black with my sap green. And then we'll build it up. The edges on this are not perfect. I mean, like on the actual flower, like they aren't a perfectly straight line. So I'm trying to make sure that I include that and replicate it in the painting. And I'll come back in with some of our permanent green, and I'm gonna work towards the center of the flower, just kind of pushing in and then pulling towards the center and letting it kind of just blend on the canvas. That's too much. Let's dab off. And then we'll come in with our yellow-green mixture and add in the center of this a little bit. And then come back in with more of that same lighter green and push it towards that to help clean it up. Like I mentioned previously, this is kind of a practice for a potential commission. I'm not even 100% sure if it's going to end up being an official commission yet or not, but if you decide that you want to get a commissioned painting from me, what will happen is we will talk through what you want, how big you want it, the details of that kind of stuff. And then if you want, and it's totally up to you, we can work on it on stream. And so what that would look like would be, I would pop on live stream, shoot you a message that we're going to be working on your painting that day. And then if you want to join, you can. I feel like personally, I would definitely be like, nah, I'm not joining. I trust you. But also, like, I am fully aware of what OCD is like in my brain, and I wouldn't want to put that on an artist. So it would be entirely up to you whether or not you wanted to join in for that. It's also up to you whether or not we live stream at all. Anything that I make as a commission definitely gets posted on the socials, but that doesn't mean that we have to live stream it. I'm fairly happy with that leaf. Let's do another one. Same process. Let's have this one angled down a bit more. And we'll have it be kind of turned. Alright, now we're going to go into our violets, or we're going to try to. I'm not sure which brush I want most for this. We're going to start with this one. It's just a round, medium-sized brush. No identifying markings on it, of course. We're going to start with our light violet. I don't know if I like this brush, actually. I want a smaller one. I think this one will be good. This one's a little bit more stiff, it's a little bit smaller. Okay. I feel like this is definitely one of those times where you would rather have too much paint on your brush than too little. Okay, that is kind of our purpley base, and that one's kind of to the side a little bit. Let's grab a small clean brush, and we're gonna streak in. I'm going to kind of just work in some of this darker purple to establish those individual petals a bit more. Ooh, I like that technique that just happened there quite a lot. Tell me how I'm fine. They're accepting lemons. If someone says they're so. Alright, that's one done. We'll go in and add more like detailing on like the base of that, since it's supposed to be like blooming this way. And it's kind of supposed to be our viewpoint of it. We'll add more detail in a little bit. We're going to add another one right here in the middle. Figuring out the size on these guys is a little hard. That looks good. Same thing. Okay, and we'll go in with our metallic. I'm really just using the metallic to streak out from the center and add a little bit of a pretty. I don't hate these. I really don't. We're gonna mix up some yellow and some white really quick. Back of the brush. small dots. And rinse and repeat. We'll bring one over here. Back of the brush. I'm actually pretty happy with these so far. Let's go back in on these really quick and just add in a little bit of a base around these two, since they're opening in the other direction. I'm actually really quite pleased with that. I am. I'll go ahead and bring you over to take a peek. So So that's what we've got. Just some little violets. Like I said, I'm really quite a fan of that. Those look very nice to me, and I quite enjoy them. So I think that's going to be it for our micro painting today. And we are going to go ahead and pull out a fresh canvas. With our fresh canvas today, we're going to do kind of the same thing that we did when we started our haunted house painting. And we're just going to play a little bit before we actually do much of anything else. So with this canvas, this is a 16 by 16 inch canvas. And with this one, we do have the ability to wet the back. So you just saw me wet down the front quite thoroughly. We're now going to do the same thing on the back of this canvas. And I'm just showing you this today because this is something that's a really helpful technique if you are using a canvas with an open back like this. Especially if you're going to do like a long painting session. It'll help everything stay wet longer, which will help your paint be more workable. So I spray it down really good with my little mister bottle, and then I take my hand back in there and just kind of rub it around, making sure it's kind of evenly coated back there. And then we can flip it back. Same kind of deal on the front. Very wet canvas. For what we're doing on this today, we don't really need to wet it down, but I'm just showing you this technique. And that's now a quite wet canvas. So just like how we started off our haunted house painting that we're not working on today, we're going to start this one off very similarly, of just kind of playing with our colors that are left over. You get to see this really neat effect as this black drips down here. I'm a huge fan of that. And when I'm dipping into these paints, I'm also dipping into the water a little bit. Do I know what this one is going to be right now? No, that's okay. I know that if we're doing a night sky, the black kind of belongs up top. I don't know that we're doing a night sky though. So I'll come back in with some of this purple and kind of just let that play in with the black a little bit. And maybe add in some metallic purple. We're really just letting these colors play. Remember, painting is meant to be fun. If you're not having fun with it, then what are you doing? That's why I keep referring to it as letting the colors play, because I'm playing with the colors and we're just gonna play. Kind of like this base of just like a very deep purpley color going on up here. And I think I used all my black, pretty much. Okay, we'll use our green and we'll put it down here, not rinsing the brush, just playing. I'm gonna scoot this forward a tad so that I can get to the bottom edge of this canvas. And yes, my canvas is quite literally dripping. That's okay. And we don't need to have an idea of what we're gonna do right now because we're kind of just blocking it in, and we'll figure it out later. This is one thing that I really like to do when I'm feeling like I'm kind of in a creative rut. Just slap some paint down. It doesn't even have to be in a way that makes sense. We could totally just flip this over and use the canvas upside down. It's not a big deal. We're just playing. I'm leaving some actual like brush lines on here too. Let it play. We've got some yellow. We'll throw some yellow down here. Letting it play. Let's see, we've got some white. I want to put this white, not rinsed brush, throwing it up here. I just threw paint across my room, but see, we've got some violet. Let's just bring that violet in here. We've got a lot of yellow left. We've got a decent amount of purple left. Let's see, do we have any more wet paint to pick up? Looks like we did. We have a fair amount on there. So I'm kind of just smashing this into the canvas right now and just wiggling it. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Because I kind of like the almost like texture that creates. Maybe this will be grass down here. We'll have to wait and find out. Like we talked about when we started our spooky canvas, there's a certain mental block sometimes to staring at a blank canvas. So sometimes it really is just easier to throw some paint at a canvas and then work it from there. I'm going to kind of use this same wiggle technique and just bring it up a little bit further above what might end up being a grassy area. Kind of creating a little bit of a blend. Nothing major, just a little bit. Okay, that'll be it. Oh, I'm kind of loving that. Okay, I definitely have ideas for what we're going to do with this, because that's kind of fantastic. But this is part of the joy of painting and the joy of just playing with your paints, is that sometimes just throwing paint on a canvas and letting it play like this can turn into something really cool. And even from what I'm seeing out of your camera, like this looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a fan of it. We'll end up seeing where we end up going with this, but let me flip you back around. That is also going to be the end of our little paper paint canvas palette thing that we've been using for the last little bit. It has enough paint on it that it's heavy. So that's going to be the end of that one. I still need to get around to posting those. I have not been doing a good job about that, but that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. I am very tired and Yeah, I need to take some me time. But I hope you enjoyed our violets. They will go on to Instagram and Facebook as soon as they are dry. And if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you're doing that. Painting_on_wheels. That's the place to go. Yeah, we might work on our haunted house more tomorrow. We might work on this thing that we just started. We'll probably definitely do a micro painting tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned. Check the Instagram and the Facebook for updates. Instagram is the place to go, though. Instagram is the place to go for anything in terms of keeping up to date, seeing things, and contacting me. So follow me on Instagram, painting_on_wheels, and make sure you're following me with your notifications on Twitch so that you get notified when we go live. Until next time, I hope you have a great day. Create something uniquely you.